I did. And for this, I am eternally grateful and will cherish this memory for the rest of my life. That was the kind of love Mama had. Mama, I now realize that you won't be here when I return from my studies. I have already expressed my gratitude to you in life, so I just want to publicly acknowledge same in debt and say heartfelt thank you again. You are a gem to be remembered. You are an awesome mama. So as I end, I just want to say thank you for all of you for coming here today to commemorate the life of this wonderful soul, my grandmother, Mama Ottley. I will cherish the memories we have together. So until we meet, Mama, sleep on, Mama. I will miss you, Mama. Mama, Mama, I love you. May your soul rest in eternal peace.
Good afternoon to everyone. All right, on behalf of my family, the Ballantyne family, Auntie Jennifer and Sylvia, we just express our deepest condolences to the Ottley family. We know it's hard, but be strong. God is in control. I listened to that announcement, and I did not realize that Auntie second name is Naomi. And Naomi, by meaning, is pleasantness. And indeed, Auntie Mega was a pleasant lady, an industrious lady. If you visit her shop, you will realize that her shop was always organized. Equal to the front is to the back. And she will always put aside something, and she will say, Dan, Uncle Dan, if anything happen, tell Lydia, look under the glass case, and you will find, because she always put aside things for wet days. She was a wonderful woman, and she cherished family relationship. I remember in my grandmother's time, she visited her at the home in Dorchester Hill. And she achieved this by booking Uncle Godfrey transport, just to ensure that she visit my grandmother. Even though she had the pain, even though her legs were paining, she went. And that's how she valued family. She possessed another kind of beauty that impacted me. Every time I visit her, she always say, Uncle Dan, go in the fridge and take what you want. And you're not no stranger here. And she will say to me, look in the pot. Her home was always open for us, as you know, we actually grew up in the neighborhood. Her kitchen was ours, and her home was my study pad. And that is a time when that was a time when actually I was studying, and I have to use her home, and I'm grateful for her, because that molded me, that fashioned me in the person that I am today. and thank you, Auntie Miga. She mentored me. I vividly remembered the rice and codfish with some cabbage on a Saturday evening after the shop closed. I remembered the Jim Reeves and the Skater Davis music on Saturday morning to cement her religious beliefs. I also recall when I was assisting in the shop that a young lady came to purchase some food items, and Auntie Miga asked me to assist her. I took the money from the young lady. I returned the food item directly in her hand. I did not realize Auntie Miga was watching. And after the young lady left, she said, "Uncle Dan, that's a nice young lady for you." And she continued to say, she's a quiet and polite young lady, and she seems to be admiring this person. And she gave me the whole family history of the young lady. So I know background and everything like that. And after about 10 minutes, that young lady returned to the shop, like she overheard the conversation. And she smiled. She smiled and anticipating something from me. But if you know me in my growing up, I was a shy person, very shy. So I didn't say anything. So I had a good lesson from a mature mother. She was like a mother to me. In fact, so many people thought I was one of her sons because I always around Auntie Miga. So I acted on the advice given from Auntie Miga, and that young lady today is my wife. She always told me, "Uncle Dan, I'm really happy for you." Auntie Miga fed the poor, as Bertrand mentioned. I can remember her bread and butter. I can remember the heavy bread and marby. And not only me, but I think a lot of us in our growing up can remember those moments from the shop. Her home, as mentioned previously, was open for everyone. She did not cherish material things. She was a woman of substance with a great heart and a source of blessing to many. Lydia, Mikey, Asborn, Yvonne, Gerard, Godric, be comforted that your mother lived a full and a good life. She worked hard. She was a perfect example of a true and dedicated wife and a mother. I can remember she ensured that Sonny, which is her husband, she affectionately called him Sonny, and she will ensure that Sonny meal is on the table, irrespective of what. She prepare it and ensure that it's there. I am comforted that Auntie Miga is in a better place, resting in the arms of Jesus from all sickness and pains. I can boast that she will hear from the Master, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." For I was hungry, and you give me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me. And these were the qualities of Auntie Miga. Thank you, Auntie Miga, for your love, generosity, and guidance. Thank you for everything, for molding me in the person that I am today. May her beautiful, loving, hardworking, enduring soul rest in peace. Rest on my cousin until we meet in glory. Thank you.
Good afternoon, church. Well, after listening to Borcham, the young lady, and Dan Roy, they have said almost everything that I have to say. However, there still be some little differences. So, I will say my part. I stand here today to pay tribute to my cousin and good friend, Omega Ottley. Cousin Omega was a very kind and gentle person and loved her family very much. Whether family or visitors, her home was open to all. She was really a family woman and went beyond the call of duty to help all who came in contact with her. And I was speaking to Dr. Justin Wilson just last weekend. He was here and couldn't, because of other commitments, could not have been here for the funeral. And he in his words, he said, Auntie Miga had a heart of gold. I don't think he means it's as tough as gold, as hard as gold, but as nice and great as gold. He told me for all his years at the Mountain View Adventist Academy, he ate at Auntie Miga home every single day. And as Borcham mentioned earlier, a lot of us here can testify to that. Mrs. Ottley was the first cousin of my father, the late Selwyn Bowman. A matter of fact, they related on both sides. Gertrude, Wilhelmina, Sheila, 3 sisters. Also on the Bowman side, my grandfather, Sidney Bowman, had to call her father, Bridgman Bowman, uncle. Auntie Sidney, that is correct? Correct. When I last visited her, the day before she died, my heart was broken. When I saw her lying on the bed, I tried having conversation with her, but at that time, she really couldn't respond as jovial as she used to be. And Lydia can testify to that. I spent a good while with her, and I said, Miss Ottley, do you know who is here? And she will just open her eyes and watch me. And before I leave, I said, Miss Ottley, I am not leaving until you say who I am. And she opened her eye and said, Curtis Bowman. And I believe that was the last time she called that name. The community of Richland Park produced many entrepreneurs and business persons, and Mrs. Ottley was no exception. She excelled in the world of business, and all of us here today will have great memories of our shop, and was mentioned. That shop wrong there by Sandra King and later on where it is presently at now was a godsend. I can tell you, when I was growing up, we could not have been hungry. Anything we want, money or not, we could have gone to Miss Ottley's shop and get it. We went there and we used to trust. And I believe Miss Ottley trusts every single soul in Richland Park. I don't know if she gets paid from everybody. But when I went there, I tell you, I was told which class she reached in school, but she had some big books, bigger than some journals that accountants have. And I tell you, for us, even though the bill reached high, she still trusts us to ensure that Selwyn, Bowman, Pitney them get something to eat. There are a lot of stories I can say about that shop, but one thing stuck out in my mind. When the Honey Bun Bakery van comes up and go around there, and he will go and Miss Ottley will give you a bread. And you don't have to call for butter bread, you know. When she give you a bread, just ask her to lend you the butter stick. And when she lend you the butter stick, it is more than about a quarter pound of butter. You just dab the stick in the butter, and you have enough. Exactly. You have enough butter there to butter about a dozen bread. I used to always love to go with my mommy or daddy to pay the bills at the end of the month. Because you know what? Every time I go, after they pay the bill, I get a free cankles or a free biscuit or a free juicy. So one day I said to mommy, Mommy, instead of paying the bill every month, better pay it every week. She said, why? I will get a free juicy and a free biscuit every week instead of every month. So we have a lot of experience about that shop. That shop there was like what we have now, the Graves, the Bonody, the massive stores here in Richland Park. And don't mention Christmas time. You're sure you're coming home with a bottle of Welch. A white belly? You're coming home with a bottle of Welch. So if you didn't drink Welch whole year, you're not for sure Miss Ottley giving a bottle of Welch at Christmas time. In her later years, she will come and visit me, where I will supply her with medication, and when she couldn't make it, I will take her medication at her home. She will have sat and chat with me many times. She gave me a lot of good advice and business. She was a great businesswoman. Yes, and politics too. She did give me some advice on politics. And life in general. And Daniel, she gave me some advice in that field, you know, in finding a wife. She used to tell me when the car passed wrong, and when time it passed, so I know how things shaping up. And Uncle Renald too, both of them. So, my brothers and sisters, today, it is no accident that all of us present here today is a show of the love that Miss Ottley had demonstrated over her lifetime. And we are here, as our granddaughter mentioned earlier, we are here celebrating her life on this Valentine's Day. And I know when most of us, next year Valentine, when we're having our dinner, we'll remember Mrs. Ottley, Auntie Meager. So my brothers and sisters, Richland Park have lost a wonderful woman. St. Vincent and the Grenadines have lost a good woman. The business community, a great businesswoman. We lost a wife, a mother, a sister, a cousin, and a good friend. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bertram Pompey. I'm part of the small group of us that came in from the Brighton community to be here with our friend, Osborne Ottley. I also here to, as I remember the days I worked as a sales driveman for the Couriers Company when I visited Richland Park, one of the shops we make sure to stop at Mrs. Ottley. If no other salesman gets a sale, I know I would have one. And so, on behalf of the people of Brighton who come here today to accompany White Belly, as some of you might know him, Mr. Ottley, I bring a message from beyond. She's saying to you, do not grieve for me, for I am free. I am following the path that God made for me. I took his hand when I heard his call. I turned my back and left it all. I do not stay another day to laugh, to love, to work, to pray. Task left undone must stay that way. I found the peace at the close of day. In 1933, she was called to life. A call that she did not request. Last week, she was called to eternal glory. Maybe a call she did not ready for, but she accepted. Let us all remember that we too have our day of calling. I would like to conclude this tribute with a song I love so well, Till the Storm Passes By. In the dark of the midnight, I have often faced my face, while the storms howls above me, and there's no hiding place. Mid the crush of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry, keep me safe till the storm passes by, till the storm past is over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold my hands, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Keep me safe till the storm passes by. Many times Satan whispers, there is no need to try, for there's no end of suffering, there is no hope by and by. But I know thou art with me, and tomorrow may rise where the storms never darken the skies. Till the storm passes over, till the thunder sounds no more, till the clouds roll forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of thy hand. Oh, keep me safe till the storm passes by. And when the long night has ended and the storms comes no more, let me stand in thy presence on the bright peaceful shore, in the land where the tempest never come. Lord, may I dwell with thee when the storm pass no more.